SFE Sports, and this is the scene at sold-out Everbank Stadium in downtown Jacksonville. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard weekend, and we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on their in-state rivals to the north, the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's A-Chain to begin the drive. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now a shot taken on third down, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there in the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Agnew now to return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10.
Let's go.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, first and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now ETN to start the drive. Powering his way forward. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Hey, I'm going.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Brandon, what's once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Hey, Jupiter.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
On second down, a run with ETN.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down.
11, Agate. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
At the 18-yard line.
On second down, ETN once more. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he is going to have a Jags first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Defensively going forward, they're going to have to watch out for him on plays just like that. It's a drag route across the field, and they're trying to free him up and let him run after the catch. That won't be the last time we see that play, and it works there to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Raheem Mostert, the local product from right here in Florida. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He dumps it off to A-Chain. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Down at the 45. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Red on red.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Think right.
Another toe for ETN.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Hey, easy. Route,
Dolphins
route,
bring on an
route,
extra
route.
defensive back on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. That is caught. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Straight ahead, ETN. 63 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 42. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just...
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
21G.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now 2nd and 3. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll go down at the 28. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Waddle, the motion man, right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
3rd and 2.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This from 42 yards out. Sanders' kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Taken from just outside the 30. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. That punt returned 69 yards.
And the Dolphins will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 40.
First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
11.
ETN up the middle. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC Wildcard game. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, go.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of it. Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Tua. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first. But this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
Ready, shot. Get to the line.
Now a give to Mostert running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a 1st down.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. And it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9.
Hey, kill.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Lawrence on 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Jags come up empty on 4th down, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
A give up the middle to H.A.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3rd down and 10.
20, TX. Hey, come up, Juice. Come up.
Tua going to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Pushing through the contact. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
A handoff for Etienne.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's Lawrence. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
30 left.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Zay Jones. 10 yards on the pickup.
Hey, easy.
It's
Route.
Route. At the Dolphins' 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. Flush to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Hey,
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Lawrence running right on the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8. Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down, here's H8. And he's got some space here. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. A nice run right there. And we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn the pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
2 yards to go, second down.
They'll run again with Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Watch it, Oscar. Number 2.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A first down run there by Mostert, but it won't accomplish much. In fact, officially, he'll only get back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Get set.
2nd and 10. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They run right side with Hunt.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Into the hands of Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. Here's Lawrence. And that one is caught. So they convert here and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get this, and that should all but do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check, got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize